Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing a little update video, regretfully so. I gotta say, man, you know, with this whole internet thing, we forget that sometimes there's human beings on the other side of the screen. And I am a human being, and as a human being, human beings make mistakes. And I recently made a mistake, and this video is an effort to try to rectify that and do my best to patch things up. And I sorely apologize to you guys. I cannot host the raffle giveaway for the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Homecoming figures. I did not know that that was illegal to host a raffle. Thank you so much to the people that informed me in the comment section of the top 10 Spider-Man movie figures, because I just didn't know that I was doing something wrong in there, and I have to stop doing raffle giveaways. I can't do that. Now, the whole reason for me doing this was to help build the Patreon account, because a lot of people have a lot of strong negative sentiment towards Patreon because they think that as a content creator there's no work involved. So if I'm asking for contributions for the channel, then I'm just panhandling. I'm just sitting on a corner, you know, asking for money without wanting to do any work, you know, or I don't want to have a job, or I don't want to work, which is totally not the case, because as you've seen in my behind the scenes of the Hot Toys Drax review, it takes many hours for me to produce content. More and more people are actually, you know, waking up to this concept that a 10-minute video doesn't take 10 minutes to make, right? Or if you think about a 2-hour movie, doesn't take 2 hours to make. It takes a year, about a year for them to make that whole movie. The Marvel Legends Collector Documentary Part 4, that was 20 hours of footage. That was just the footage condensed down to 6 minutes. So just imagine that there's a lot of time going into these videos. Even videos where I don't edit, there's a lot of time of me sitting there taking notes down and doing my research and trying to figure out exactly what I want to say and what points I want to make and everything. So, because there's still a lot of people that think that there's no real work in this, I felt like it was a little bit more justifiable to say, hey, look, if you contribute to the Patreon, then I'm giving stuff back to you. So it's not just me asking for your help and your contribution, I'm giving something back to you. That was the reason why I wanted to do it. And it's not the most legal thing to do, as I had found out. So yeah, there was another YouTuber doing this, and he'd done some research, and yeah, he found out it was wrong. I did some research. I texted the wife while she was at work. She did some research, and we both come to the conclusion that I have to stop the raffle giveaway. So it's canceled. What is to become of the figures? I will host a subscriber giveaway for those figures. So I'll do something else. I'll figure out a different way where you don't have to, you know, pay any money or enter a lottery for it. It'll either be like a comment giveaway or a subscriber giveaway or a quiz thing. I'll figure something out to try and make it a little bit fun. So I'll do a giveaway where you don't have to contribute anything to enter it. So I'll still have those out there. But yeah, but I had mentioned in yesterday's video that the deadline was tomorrow, and now that raffle is not in place, I've already attempted to edit out that part of the video where I talk about it. I've already contacted Patreon and issuing refunds to those that have entered in the last month, because you're basically, if you'd entered that raffle or entered Patreon Team Shartimus just for the sake of winning one of those figures, well, you know, that's not right for me to hold on to that money. So I'm giving it back to you guys. But if anybody out there really wants to help keep the channel going and you don't want anything back for it, and I know you guys are out there, please help this channel survive. I don't want to lose this channel. It's not an immediate danger, but it's one of those things where it gets scarier and scarier. But I'm doing other things to help things going, you know what I mean? I'm definitely looking into getting more sponsorships. There's a disconnect sometimes between us, believe it or not. There's times where I think that because I'm always speaking in front of this mass group of invisible people, right? I don't see you guys behind the camera, but I know you're out there. So I try to be on point as much as I can with what you guys, what the mass majority of you guys are thinking and what you like, compared to what I, to what I think you guys like or what I think you guys want. And sometimes there's not always strong, sometimes I don't hit the mark. For instance, it was under my impression, I was under the idea that you guys would rather support the channel by contributing $1 a month than see me throw ads and sponsorship content in my videos. That was just an assumption, because that's what I would rather have, and I just thought that you guys were like-minded in that sense. But it turns out that's not really the case, because I have like 170 patrons, okay, and I have 280,000 something subscribers. So that's obviously not true, right? That the majority of you would prefer to do that, because I did have a video where it was sponsored the other day, and I didn't lose all the subscribers that I thought I was going to lose. I thought I was going to lose a bunch of subscribers doing that. So again, that's not true. So the conclusion here is that you guys actually don't mind the sponsored shoutouts in the videos so much. You would rather watch that than contribute the $1. And this goes into another thing I wanted to mention, which I know this is like PR suicide, but months and months ago, I left a Facebook comment that a lot of people took the wrong way, and it's a post that I should not have made, because there's just no proper way of explaining it in text. And where I was in that place, I was very upset at the time. Human beings, again, we have ups and downs, and when you're feeling the downs, shouldn't be writing posts publicly, man. Just saying, if you're feeling the downs, stay away from the Facebook. That's just my personal advice. So, because what I'd written out came off wrong. What I was trying to say really should have been said, but me writing it, just the way I had written it, just came out bad altogether. And the way it came off is that you guys don't care about my channel because you don't contribute to the Patreon account, which was the message that people had received from it. And that is not what I was trying to say. I was saying, and again, I shouldn't have tried to say it, but what I was trying to say was that as a matter of fact, like, you guys don't want to pay for content that deals with action figure reviews. A friend of mine who's another YouTuber who's talking to me about it, he's like, yeah, man, people just don't want to pay YouTubers for action figure reviews. And that's more or less what I was trying to say in that post. It's like, well, I guess I was wrong in thinking that you guys would be willing to contribute to a YouTube channel that does action figure reviews. But the fact of the matter, and I was just trying to say it as a matter of fact, because I had mentioned, I think at the time I had 250,000 subscribers. So I was like, not even 1% of you, not even a full 1% of you are willing to contribute to this action figure review channel. So I wasn't saying it as, oh, you guys don't care about me, because you guys obviously do. And I felt like I had made it obvious that I know you guys appreciate me, and I try to spit the love right back in your guys' faces. You guys are spitting love right over here. I have the best viewers in the world. You guys look out for me in many kind of ways, i.e. this whole raffle situation. You know, I'm super grateful for this right now. I'm very, very grateful. And I don't recognize any of those usernames to be patrons, so it's not like I'm only grateful for just the patrons, you know what I mean? It's like, that stuff, people that share my videos on Twitter and online and stuff like that, on all those social media outlets, I appreciate that stuff too. But that stuff isn't, I mean, that stuff helps a lot. But again, it's not enough to help keep the YouTube channel going. Now, I know it's not your fault. That's the other reason that comment came off so wrong, is that it made it sound like it was your guys' fault that I was going through a hard time maintaining the YouTube channel, and it's not. It's totally not your fault. It's YouTube's fault, and it's the corporate media's fault too, because the corporate media knows that more and more people are watching YouTube over television. So that's why we're seeing those attacks on PewDiePie and other news outlet YouTube channels. Luckily, I'm not in the way of that fray, but the fact that so many advertisers have left YouTube has affected all YouTubers. I'm not, so what I'm basically trying to say is that I want to keep doing this as long as I can. I don't want to give up on this dream because it's a dream job. And I understand that it's painful for some people to understand, or hard for some people to understand that, wait, why is this guy that clearly has way more action figures than I do, why does he need help from me? That doesn't make any sense. And I totally get that. But the thing that you're not taking into the equation is how much time is involved in forming you, and actually recognizing what I do as a service. And you may not see it as that. I try to make the videos as fun as possible, so I'm always trying to keep things light, but I try to make very informative and fun and visually pleasing videos, and all that stuff takes time. It's not hard work in the sense of hanging sheetrock. My first job out of high school was hanging sheetrock. I know what hard work is, okay? When your hands are calloused all day and your back is sore all the time, all right? And then like the only thing you want to do on your spare time is lay down or sleep. I mean, that's real hard work. Being a YouTuber is not that. It's not that at all. But it is very time consuming, and it's a 7-day-a-week job. I do this stuff 7 days a week. I don't take a break. My wife is constantly wanting me to step away from making videos or working on videos or doing something with the videos, and it's a constant ongoing thing. So while it's not hard work, I still work very hard and put a lot of time into maintaining what I think is a great YouTube channel. I think it's a fun YouTube channel. I really like this channel a lot, and I don't want to see it going anywhere. So the point I'm trying to get at is, I hope you guys, I hope some of you are willing to contribute to keep the channel going, even though the raffle giveaway thing is not going to be happening anymore. That's over. I'm going to be trying to figure out other ways to create incentives, but yeah, if the Patreon thing is dead, if that ends up being dead, then it's dead, and at least I tried. But yeah, man, I'm hoping that we can get at least, you know, 1%. You know, that would be really cool. But I'm not expecting it anymore. I'm just not, and I'm not upset at you guys for me not seeing that happen. It's just the reality of it. You know what I mean? It's just me understanding you guys and seeing like, okay, you guys, you know, you click, you like to watch, and that's pretty much where you want to end it. You know, and that's the vast majority of you. And I'm not saying that in a mean kind of way. It's the fact, right? Is it not a fact? Go check out the Patreon. Look at the percentage. Look how many patrons I have, and then look at how many subscribers I have. The very tall, very small percentage, which is another thing I want to get onto about the stop motions. I miss doing the stop motions, man. Stop motions are things that I like doing. That was another thing I was doing to help bring people into the Patreon, but with me having to get another job, I have to spend a lot of time not working on videos, teaching drums, so I just don't have the time to make the stop motion. Stop motion is very time consuming, so it's just more time that I'm not allowed to put into the channel. So I really wish I could make this channel the very best channel it could possibly be, and I honestly feel like at this moment in time it is not. It's just not at the optimal level that I have in my head. You know what I'm saying? As if you're a creator, if you're an artist out there, you know what I'm talking about. You have a vision in your mind and you want to see it come into real life. And if it doesn't have those pieces, then it's frustrating. And right now, at this moment in time, this YouTube channel does not have all the pieces. There's expenses involved. That doesn't include me buying action figures. And I really try not to spend that much money on action figures as much as possible. But things like the Marvel Legends Collector documentary Part 5. I want to get a gimbal for that, and I'm looking into other ways to get, you know, to work around getting a cheaper gimbal than the one I was first looking at. But I would ideally like that particular gimbal, and because just from all the reviews I've seen of it, it looks like it's going to be the easiest to use. And that's the other thing. Is like I know a lot of people out there are very anecdotal about like, well, what you should do, well, have you tried it? It's like, look, dude, I've done a ton of research and finding ways to keep things going, and I appreciate your help, but at this point in time, I'm kind of like, okay, this is what I want for the channel, and this is like the only way I know how to get there. I see a lot of, like, what drives me, what makes me jealous, and not jealous in the sense of envious where I want you know, other people that have Patreon accounts to lose their patrons. I don't want to see anybody lose any patrons, but the cosplayers, man, those hella fine chicks cosplaying have thousands and thousands and thousands of patrons for showing their ass. And it's like, man, that blows my mind. I'm working on these videos and editing like crazy and stuff, and these girls spend a lot of time dressing up and making their costumes and everything, but man, it's like, it blows my mind. You can have that much support online for showing your ass. And I'm not showing my ass, I'm not gonna show my wife's ass, but I will provide bonus content on there. So I'll keep posting bonus content on there. I ran a little behind, you know, just this month from the holiday and everything, but yeah, so I think I've rambled on enough. I'll do whatever I can to make this channel work. I'm selling some 1/6 scale figures that are on eBay right now. Somebody had to give their anecdotal comment about me, you know, asking for too much, and I guess but all three of them that I put up there so far have bids, so I don't know. I think I'm doing okay. So I'll find a way to make this channel work with your support on Patreon or without your support on Patreon. But I still ask for you to join Team Shartimus on Patreon, because I need you to be on my side. I need a team behind me, and I'm grateful for the 170 people that are on there right now. But it's just not enough. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful for what's there, but I do need more help. Is that wrong for me to say, like, thank you for this amount of help, but I need this amount of help? Is that wrong? Let me know in the comments below if I'm a total jerk. I'm sure some of you are going to say that regardless, but I'm trying to be as real as I possibly can here. I'm throwing myself out there. So a lot of stuff in the works for the channel, working on a music video. I'm coming up with the Marvel Legends Collector documentary part 5. I have plans for stop motion that I just don't have time for, but there's a lot of things that I want to do that I just can't do because I'm financially bound from having another job. So if you guys want to help make this YouTube channel the best it could possibly be, please help support. And if you're a minor, show the channel to your parents. I mean, how do you pay for your figures? Your parents buy them for you. How did you get that Xbox or that PlayStation? Your parents bought it for you. Well, ask your parents to see if they're interested in helping support this channel. I'm about to have a kid myself. Have them watch this video, you know what I mean? Like, so they can get to know me. But I'm about to have a kid myself, and one thing I know that's very valuable is entertainment for kids. If you can keep a kid quiet for 10 minutes, that's valuable to a parent. So I know I have some monetary value in entertaining your kids, you know what I mean? So it's a show, help keep the show running, and I'm very sorry for the mistakes that I've made in the past. I'm not a scumbag, dude. I know to some people I'm a scumbag, but I'm really just trying to do the best I can at keeping this dream alive. I don't want to see it go, and I want it to be the best it could possibly be. So I'm sorry for being a downer. I hope I'm not too much of a downer, and I know I've talked a little bit longer than I really wanted to, but yeah, man. I mean, this is it. Like I said, I'm going to figure out a way to make it work. I'm not putting it all on you guys. And lastly, last thing I have to say, I hate this. I hate having to ask you guys for financial support to keep this channel going. I don't like being in this situation. I don't like asking people for, even teaching private drum lessons. My least favorite part of teaching private drum lessons was asking people, like, asking for them to send, you know, to give me their check for the month for the 4 lessons. You know what I mean? Like, asking people for money sucks. I don't like doing it. It's not what I wanted this YouTube channel to be in the first place, but I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. This is the best solution I have right now, aside from selling my stuff, which I am doing. Aside from working another job, which I am doing. Okay, so I'm doing other things. Let's be a team. Keep Team Shartimus rolling, alright? Catch you guys later! Review tomorrow! Peace!